Hiking is a great way to see the Blue Hills, but you can see the Blue Hills from a totally different perspective when you go on horseback. I'm Judy Lara Jacobs, the Executive Director of the Friends of the Blue Hills. You're watching Blue Hills Alive, your weekly guide to the Blue Hills, sponsored by Tom O'Neill of Success Real Estate in Milton. And if you want to see great places in the Blue Hills, you should check out our free guide to the Blue Hills at friendsofthebluehills.org/guide.
Hi, I'm Mary Hughes, and I'm here from Canton Equestrian Center, which is located right across the street from the Ponkapog Pond area, which is part of the Blue Hills. My husband's family moved here back in 1953 from Hyde Park, and they started to build the stable a little at a time. Every year they added more stalls, and been here ever since. And we offer boarding and lessons, and a lot of our boarders utilize the trail system here at the Blue Hills. It's a great opportunity to get your horse out of the ring and go in straight lines instead of circles. It's a great physical activity for them to get some endurance, and also good for their mental health. From our venue, we access the trails right across the street from Ponkapog Pond, and basically can just travel right around the pond in just a big circle. There's a couple little trails you can take off of that. And then if you wanted to get to Houghton's Pond, you can take the horse bridge, again off of the main trail, and it will take you over to Houghton's Pond, and you can access the trail system over there.
So what do you like best about horseback riding in the Blue Hills?
For me, what I like is to give my horse a break, give him a mental break, and myself a mental break, and just go out and enjoy the scenery and the quietness of just listening to birds, and just the views are beautiful, and it's just an escape for an hour and a half. You can trot along, and you're just going to cover more ground, and it's very pleasurable. You can walk around the entire Ponkapog Pond at your leisure. It could take maybe about an hour and a half from our starting point. You can move along at a trot canter a little bit here and there, and you can get around in about an hour. So I guess if you wanted to travel a longer distance on horseback, you're gonna cover more ground than you would hiking. One of the benefits of horseback riding is that a lot of people that they struggle with hiking. It might be just a little bit too physically challenging, the hills and the uneven ground and what have you. And on horseback, you can get on a nice horse and go out and enjoy the woods and the sounds and the views, and really take it all in, and not have to be physically challenged. It can be relaxing and really enjoyable.
Is there advice that you have for non-horseback riders when they see a horse on the trail?
Horses can be very fearful of a variety of things, especially things that are sudden, startling. They resort back to their natural instincts to run away and get away from it, which can be very dangerous for the rider if they become unseated and then potentially fall off. So if you're coming up to a horse, now mind you, they're generally 1,000 pounds, you really should just be quiet and slow down your walk maybe a little bit. Look up and look at the person, and the rider will pretty much direct you and say, "Oh, I'm okay, you can keep walking by," and you can walk by. Or the rider might be nervous that their horse is a novice at this, and, "Oh geez, would you mind just standing still for a minute while I pass you?" You just have to be respectful and really try to communicate. That's the biggest thing. Look up, take your earphone out or what have you, and look at the rider. Look for direction. And if you don't get any, speak up and say, "Oh, would you like me to stop? Would you like me to keep going?" And that's just the best way to approach it.
Thank you so much for watching Blue Hills Alive, your weekly guide to the Blue Hills. And we hope to see you next Thursday at noon. We hope that this week you've learned a little bit about horseback riding, and maybe you'll try it out yourself. And see you next Thursday.